Significant debt and debt expense reduction. Traditional financing. ROAMEO tour and sales update. Lots of SEC filings. 5 things and a potential interesting stunt at the end of June. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve Reinharz, CEO, CTO, and founder of Artificial Intelligence Technology Solutions. This is your weekly update right now, and we're covering a lot of big things. Watch the whole thing, but also note that this is maybe the 3rd week that we've had chapter settings on our YouTube videos, designed to make it easy and convenient for you to jump to the section that might interest you most based on the items that we're going to discuss that I described up front. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get right to it. In the Ask Me Anything that we did a few weeks ago, I hinted that there could be some news related to debt reduction. I don't remember exactly how I put it, but there was a question about financials or something. And anyway, I mentioned that we were working on something. This past week, we made what I consider an absolutely huge announcement when we announced that we eliminated almost $5 million worth of debt and its associated recurring interest expense for a little bit less than 10% of what the value of that debt was. I think, and the financial folks that I've surrounded myself with, support us, financiers, other people that I get advice from time to time, see this as a massive, massive win for the company. And I do too. And I can't begin to tell you how absolutely excited I am about it. And I was interested to see that market reaction in terms of feedback I got from investors was muted. They it didn't seem to have the effect that I felt it should. But I'll reiterate, this is a huge deal on our road to NASDAQ. The settlement that we made is very fair to our company and to the other party. And I'm very, very happy with it. Again, I think that it's very fair, very beneficial for everybody. And it's one of those rare cases in finance where it's a win-win-win, where all parties have won in this situation. I'm always happy to be part of win-win-wins. So big deal, muted reception. It will pay off huge in the long term because one of the things that it does is it brings us closer to profitability. It cuts about $400,000 a year from the interest expense line. Again, big deal. Do your research. I'm happy about it. I hope you are too. And we're going to be talking about finance a lot on this weekly video because it's so important, because everybody's, oh, the share sales, yes. And I'm like, yes, there are share sales. Yes, we need them. Yes, this is why we do it. Yes, it's part of the mission. Yes, it's your choice to participate or not. But at the same time, we have wanted to be at a point where we can get traditional financing, i.e. financing that is non-dilutive, i.e. financing that doesn't require the sale of shares, which in theory could reduce the number of shares that are added into the market on a regular basis. Now, we're going to talk about that a little bit more as well in this session, a couple sections from here. So you'll want to flip over after this if you're interested and go to the SEC filing section of the video. But I think you should stay for the next section, which is about ROAMEO. Anyway, traditional financing. I have right now in my hands 3 term sheets from traditional or near traditional type finances that will leverage our revenue stream and our very healthy asset base to give us a loan that'll probably be in the 13 to 14% interest rate, which is amazing, as well as provide us ability to draw on capital to grow and grow and grow. That also becomes extra important in the next section when I tell you how the ROAMEO road trip is doing. Now, some of you know me, but most of you don't. Most of you know me from the weekly videos and press releases and things that I put out there. But one of the things that you might not know about me is that when it comes to finance, I relentlessly fight to get the best deal, which my understanding is not everybody does. But for me, every word, every paragraph, every clause, every condition, I rigorously examine and negotiate for the benefit of our company and our shareholders. So I've got 3 in hand. There are a couple more that I'm waiting for. We're going to make some decisions. We're going to see which way we go. But I will share here today for our loyal watchers, thank you, that The term sheets are up to $5 million. Think about that, $5 million. So very, very good. We're in a very, very good position. And of course, just to reiterate, it's important because it'll give us the option, technically speaking, to not have to sell any additional shares in order to maintain operations and continue to buy inventory for new deployments. So very good options that we're given. We'll see how it all works out, but stay tuned. It could be a big pivot point for this company in terms of market perception. ROAMEO. Now, I hope that you are subscribed to the AITX channel. If you aren't, just do it right now. Push a couple buttons, boom, 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 ding. You get a ding or something? Great, subscribe. If you are subscribed, then you're probably getting the notifications on the ROAMEO road trip series of episodes that we've started. I think there's 2 episodes out now if you're watching this on Saturday. We might come out with a 3rd episode on Sunday. I haven't decided yet. But the ROAMEO road trip is exceeding my expectations in terms of the demand that it is creating and the customers' reactions in terms of their positive reactions. And they're starting to throw around numbers. I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay, good. This brings us back to the financing. Oh, I'm really glad that we're going to be signing some papers for some traditional financing that lets me access a source of capital that is more reliable than what the public markets give us. So see how it's all kind of fitting together? It feels a little serendipitous right now, if you ask me, or maybe we moved the chess pieces on the board properly to get to this point. Either way, all good stuff. The ROAMEO trip is going amazing. I have no other words for it. Subscribe, watch the episodes. They're easy to digest. They're super fun. We're kind of going to go vertical by vertical as we go through this. So far, very, 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 very happy with the reception that ROAMEO is getting on site with the demos that we're doing. We'll share more of what we're doing in time. This is a big weekly, though. We're going to move on right now to the flurry of SEC filings that the company made this past week. So a flurry of filings this week. Now, what does it all mean? What it means is that we had to go from how we were financing the business last year with what's called a shelf registration, an S3, and we had to go back to an S1. Now, we like the S3 because it's cheaper for us as the issuer, gives us a lot more flexibility, and the reporting burden is less. Those are reasons why we like the S3. However, you have to have, among other things, a $75 million market cap within the prior 60 days in order to file for an S3. We haven't had a $75 million market cap in a while, despite continuously increasing fundamental improvements. So we had to revert to an S1, which doesn't have that requirement. In turn, the S1 is more expensive to the company, gives us less flexibility, and is a bigger burden in terms of the paperwork required. We're on the S1 now. It is what it is. Maybe for better or for worse, depending on the perspective that you're taking. It limits the amount of shares that we could put into the market to a greater extent than the S3 can. So you may have already noticed that there are fewer shares going into the outstanding on a regular basis. So that'll please some people, of course, from the guy trying to manage the business and needing money to do so, creates an extra degree of difficulty. That is one of the reasons why the traditional financing timing is so serendipitous, because it gives us access to spend the money and build the business, which is what our mission is, without exception. So a lot of filings. Really, bottom line is, went from an S3 to an S1, had a little change we had to do on the S1. No big deal. Off we go with the S1. We are making time on this weekly video. Add your comments. I will share, I have not gone through YouTube video comments in several weeks. I aim to this weekend. So thank you. Please comment, like, subscribe, share. Okay, let's talk about one of the press releases that we did release this week, which was the 5 predictions. 5 things that I am saying etched in stone will happen in the near future. Read it, pull up that press, read it, and I'll tell you why I'm so confident in these predictions, it's because we're doing them right now. Anyway, check it out. It's easy to read, easy to absorb, easy to understand. It'll get you excited, I hope, and leave me your comments on it. All right, we're talking about the last thing now. And this is kind of like, the end of the session when it's, okay, we're gonna go a little bit out there. We're gonna try some stuff as we tend to do. Some stuff hits, some stuff doesn't hit. It's okay. We're getting up to bat. So what we're gonna do is next Friday, we're gonna kind of do a little bit of an event, maybe a little bit of a stunt, so to speak. There'll be a press release on it Friday morning so that you know what's going on. I'm gonna want you to follow along because I'm gonna live stream some of it. But it's gonna be very interesting, I think. So make a note to be somewhere near a screen on Friday at about 12:30 Eastern, and we're gonna kind of share this through a live stream one way or another. We're gonna see what happens. You guys know we're always in the quest for publicity and eyeballs, and this particular stunt, will it work? I don't know, but we're gonna try it, and that kind of makes things exciting, and I'm inviting you guys to join us on that next week. Everybody, thank you so much. A lot of information in this. Thanks for following. Thanks for staying to the end. Stay safe. See you soon.